Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit, and in the green. Welcome back to Mario Party 5, where we're going to the bonus mode. We'll have a look at the options on display here, because there's a surprising amount of content in this game. So, bonus mode. We actually get some interesting little games along the way. We have Card Party, an exciting card party game with new rules. We have Ice Hockey, Mario Party on Ice, and Beach Volleyball. So, I think we're going to do Card Party today. We'll get that sorted out, and we can wrap up the other two in a later episode, because Card Party can take a while. But the music is awesome. It's like something out of this little jazz club. Like, okay, this game's got some frustrations. It's a bit slow paced. The board building element is a bit of a pain, and the AI will do you dirty. Not out of intelligence, out of stupidity. But this, like, so much about this. Let's hear the rules for Card Party. So, Card Party, you turn cards over as you move across the board. First, decide which order players take their turns in. Each player picks a card to decide the order, and then you select the location of your start space. The start space can be anywhere as long as it's next to a path card. As soon as the start spaces are set, the game can begin. Roll the die when it's your turn, and the number that comes up shows how many spaces we can move. Dots on the pathway, and each dot equals 1 space. Turn over some cards to make special events happen. If you turn over a path card, a pathway will appear. Get an item card, a very useful item will appear. To use an item, press B and select it. Event card, zany events can start. In some cases, a win could become a loss, so watch closely. Try our hardest to stay away from the Bowser card. Bowser will appear, and a terrible event will begin. He'll wind up forcing us all to watch some really, really crappy movie. Or something like that. That's right. Some really, really crappy movie, and he won't bring the popcorn. That is evil. There is absolutely no limit to the terrible evil and the ruination of movie night that Bowser will unleash. And the star cards, the whole purpose of the game. They earn us bonus points later on. Whoever finishes with the most star cards and the highest score wins, because there are also shadow stars or stars on the board. Let's set up the game. The board is 7 by 7. 8 by 8. Let's go for a standard game. So we don't get to play as Toad, Boo, or Matched Luggage. So I think this time I am going to be a fat man with a German voice actor. The game just picks random CPUs. So we'll have our board laid out, and away we go. So we pick our cards, which, to be fair, is probably an easier way of picking who goes first. I mean, the dice roll is still pretty good, but why do you need the 1 through 10? You could just have 1 through 4. Of course I picked going last. So you can actually go into the negatives. So here is our board. It's been shuffled and laid out, and we've got some interesting spaces. So, where do we want to go? Alright, so there we are. I will eventually get to pick, but at least I get to chill out with some really smooth music. They did so well with this game, and to think that 6 winds up being even better in so many ways. Let's go here. Alright, let's get grooving and moving. You know, I would buy this. If this was an actual board game, I would buy this. Like, in a way, it kind of reminds me of the Labyrinth board game that Ravensburger made. This would be so much fun. I think it was Ravensburger. I can't remember what it was, but Labyrinth was a board game where you had to find certain treasures. The labyrinth always moved. So what you'd wind up doing was you'd roll the dice and you would then wind up moving through different space. I think you could wind up... No, you didn't have dice. You moved as far or as little as you wanted to, depending on how the paths were laid out. At the start of each turn, you could insert the spare path piece and move along the board. Basically, the board was always changing, which was super creative. It was a lot of fun. Alright, we want that star card. The game ends when all the star cards are turned over and Wario has a star. Very nice. Alright, so we're moving on through. Oh, roll again. Watch this be a shadow star, because I'm going straight to that one. It is... It is actually another star. Double play. You can get 2 star cards. So it kind of sucks if you're not doing very well and you are forced to turn over the 1 remaining shadow star. But yeah, I would really buy this. As I said, it does remind me of the Labyrinth game. I probably haven't explained it very well, but I do absolutely love Labyrinth. It's so simple to play. You basically shuffle the cards, you lay them out, and you wind up setting things up so well. Because you can just move the maze to rearrange it to your advantage, move as far or as little as you like to collect your treasures. You can stitch up other people. You can get very creative with it. Man, we got some good dice rolls. And honestly, it's just so much fun. It's so simple yet so creative and requires a bit of strategy and a bit of luck. Okay, it's a flip around. Yoshi gets warped. Well, it's actually a warp. Yoshi goes to a random space. Or switches places with Luigi. Okay, so you wind up stopping when you run into an event space. Peach is going for that star. What's it gonna be? Two stars. Very good pick. I can't taunt in this mode. So there we are. I love the little expressions. The fact that it's so lively when you're in first. That's really fun. And the item card. What's this gonna be? It's another mushroom. Yeah, like this would be a really good board game, honestly. Creative stuff like this, I don't think there's enough of it. You know what? Let's go for that happening space. I don't think there's always enough creativity in games. Like, sometimes there is. You can wind up with situations where you don't always have the time to make things, which is a little sad. But there are so many really good game design elements along the way in these GameCube era games. I think they took a lot of good risks. The GameCube was struggling a bit. And I think, interestingly enough, Nintendo has done well with the Switch. Oh, 2-star card. Nintendo has done pretty well with the Switch in all fairness, but sometimes some of their stuff's a bit safe, and Luigi's in last again. Like, a lot of their stuff with the Wii was good, but it was also a little safe along the way. Like, I've enjoyed it when they've been creative and they've taken risks in those eras. Because, like, you just look at a lot of the games on the Wii U. They were essentially vindicated by history. Everybody panned the Wii U, then all of a sudden all these games got ported to the Switch and they're like, oh no, wait, hang on, these are actually really good games. I will pretty much die on the hill that Tropical Freeze is art. It is an amazing game. It is so beautifully designed. Oh, Peach is switching. With Luigi. Poor old Luigi getting thrown around. 5. Where do I want to go? I want to go this way. It's another warp, damn it. Are they all warps? Oh, I wonder. Oh well. But yeah, just the fact that they were willing to take risks. Like, it's not that they don't do good things. Mario Party Superstars has shown that they do some really, really good things. There are some great design elements in there. And it's actually a star card. So we've seen 5 star cards. How many are left? So there we are. Luigi is still hanging his head in last place. So what's going to happen next? I need to take a look at the board and see where everything is, because I have a feeling there are only Shadow Stars left. Oh, Yoshi's got a hidden die. And yes, die is singular, dice is plural. Yeah, just the ability to keep doing the stuff like this, to come up with all these brilliant ideas. They're a bit goofy, but they're often so memorable because of the fact they've done something different. Like, you look at some of the games from this time and the creative elements they had. Like, I still absolutely adore F-Zero GX. It's just a phenomenal game, and I think it pretty much surpassed Mario Kart a lot for me. It would take a lot for a Mario Kart game for me to be as good as F-Zero GX. And 8 Deluxe does. But then again, Mario Kart had stuff like Double Dash. Double Dash is phenomenally good. What's the map? I think there are only Shadow Stars left. 1. There we go. I think there are only Shadow Stars left. There have to be. But yeah, Mario Kart Double Dash, phenomenal game, incredibly creative. Super Mario Sunshine, janky as all get out. Creative game. It is so different and it's kind of goofy, but it works at the same time. The fact that it does something different is what makes it fresh as far as I'm concerned. It's still a very good and very entertaining game. I still really appreciate it. Then we've got Twilight Princess, which did something different. It's not a personal favourite, but it still did enough different. It tried out a few things, and it was a bit hit and miss in some spots, but it's still a pretty good game. Before that, you had Wind Waker. There's the Shadow Star. I mean, Wind Waker was so different in terms of its art style. There are lots of things about it which are a little different. But it is still such a good game, and I'm so glad it was my first Zelda game. It was just amazingly well done, and I would love to play it again. So the Warp Pipe, what's that going to do? Not going to use it. Going for another item. So we have just another mushroom. But yeah, like, you look at those games, and then we had the so incredibly different Metroid Prime, which was phenomenal. Like, there is a lot that was absolutely amazing when it came to the GameCube era. The Wii U has had some real gems. I don't want to go towards the star, because I know that's going to be a bad time. Like, honestly, the amount of work that was put into some of those games because they were falling behind a bit. It's not that these games are bad. The Switch has got some phenomenal games that are selling really, really well. But at the same time, I don't quite think there's as much flair. I like those everybody's going back to start, I think. Luigi got sent away a very short distance. No, he's not going... But yeah, like the Switch has got some good games, but I don't feel a lot of the passion for some of them. I mean, I know I wind up getting it wrong. I have a terrible batting average as such. Because, like, when it came to picking a lot of games, I honestly thought I was going to really enjoy Breath of the Wild, and I didn't. I honestly thought I was going to enjoy Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I didn't. I thought I wasn't going to like Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I did. I'm batting about 0 here. But I absolutely loved Mario Odyssey, for one thing. That hit really well, but just overall, I just don't quite think there have been as many bits and pieces which have really made an impact for me. Let's go this way. We got a mushroom. I'm not keen to go near those stars, because I'm pretty sure they are the shadow stars. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose it's a bit of sentimentality. And I mean, if you're looking for another really, really good game from the GameCube era, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, there's the first Mario Strikers game. Toadstool Tour is phenomenal. It is the absolute peak for the Mario Golf series. World Tour is still very good. Super Rush is terrible. Play the original over that. Seriously. Honestly, there are so many good games on the GameCube, so many good games on the Wii U. I mean, it's not to say that they're bad on the Switch, I think, but it's just that sometimes some of the charm is missing. Like, there are some really solid games, but I just don't find myself being charmed by them. And I suppose it's, in essence, the GameCube is kind of like, I think as Jeremy Clarkson described it, like a Jaguar owner. A stereotypical Jaguar owner being charming if disreputable. There was a bit of a running gag on Top Gear that you could forgive Jaguar drivers anything so long as they had a Jaguar. That sort of slightly disreputable but ever so charming attitude. I think the charming rogue is the way to put it, really. And I think the GameCube and the Wii U are kind of like that. They're not perfect. They do have quite a lot of flaws along the way, but you're willing to forgive them. Because their games are... Oh wait, Luigi actually got a star. Because their games are so charismatic. I'm pretty sure the other one is a shadow star. We'll see what happens, because Luigi is probably getting there unless this does something terrible. It's Boo! Oh dear. Oh, it's Pink Boo. Oh yeah, Wario! Wario paying him off! Well, it sucks to be Luigi, I guess. And there's the last star card. This entertaining star party is going to wrap up. Okay, I was completely wrong. There was only one shadow star. I thought there were more. So there we go. That is how Card Party works. Quite an entertaining game. At least I think it's very clever and very creative, and we need a few more things like that. Amiibo Party is really terrible compared to that, because it's so bland, so basic, and you actually need to keep using your amiibo for everything. Oh, Yoshi's dead. Peach. There we go. Wario wins because of Pink Boo. I mean, Luigi probably would have earned the win because of that roll. But, yeah, bad luck on the happening space. Oof. So, well, I suppose we can fit in ice hockey. So, we'll make this a bit longer and we'll have a look at these. So, ice hockey. The rules are move, pass and steal, strong shot or body check, and X is a weak shot. Ice hockey is a minigame competition. Teams of 3, including the goalie, bump and crash all over. To win, just score as often as we can. The team that scores the most wins. The goalie plays according to our strategy, and so let's... Oh, that's really... See, things like this are why I love this. And Toad. Toad can be in there. See, it's all those fun little details. So, we're going to have Waluigi and Daisy. Awkward date and best buds. I mean, Toad is fairly helpful along the way. So, we can have 1 minute and 3 minutes and 5 minutes. So, we'll show off a couple of 1 minute matches with each of the teams. Because we'll actually get to learn some of the team names. Alright, we've already been scored on. Damn it, I wanted to... Ugh. Don't just hit it to them. Man, these body checks are terrible. Great, I just poleaxed Daisy. Alright, so I haven't played this one very often. So as you can tell, that was a very awkward date. As you can tell, I'm not going to be particularly good at it. It's... Oh. So we need to change the teams. Pseudo Bros. And Royal Pals. Basically, this is somewhat similar to the sort of handball game that appears in Mario Party DS. Alright, can we win the... How did Daisy keep that? Oh, A steal. That was an absolute bullet of a shot. And... Alright, just trying to ram people obviously doesn't do very well. And it's the same scoreline again! I think I'm the weak link here. Because I can't seem to steal the ball back, and I can't seem to get away from them. Tall and small, and nice couple. Luigi's going to be jealous. So let's wrap this up, and after I finish doing terribly, we can play some beach volleyball. There only really seems to be enough time to score twice. How do they do that? How did I wind up getting the puck then? Oh, on the rebound. Skate behind. And it's actually a draw. I got better that time. Oh well. Promising results. So we'll wind up choosing some different opponents for the other mode. We unfortunately have to spend a bit of time backing out, so we'll wrap up with beach volleyball as our extra mode. See, these are really fun little games, but I don't know why they weren't in the main game. Okay, now beach volleyball is actually kind of a letdown, I've been discovering, because it's a very fiddly game that requires a lot of precise timing. If you're not in the right spot at the right time, you're gonna get punished. And it really doesn't help that the AI, even on easy, is able to read your moves and know where you're going to hit the ball, or your teammate will just hit it straight to them even on hard. So while this is a fairly good game to actually play with human players, it really sucks if you're playing with the AI, because you've got to get the timing just right when jumping and hitting the ball. If you're not in the right spot, you'll just sort of jump, float underneath it, and miss the ball, which is probably my fault for playing as Boo, because A, he's a ghost, and B, he's got stubby little arms. If you're not in the exact spot, it's very difficult to dive to get to the ball, which means the AI, by virtue of being able to hit the ball where you're not, compared to my teammate, maybe it's Luigi's fault, I don't know. In addition to mine, I'm not very good at the game, but there are, even on easy, I noticed quite a few little issues that actually make this kind of unbalanced when you're just one human being up against the AI. So I have never done well at this. I'm not very good at this game. It actually kind of sucks as well. Whoops. Oh, wait, how do you... All the time, I'm actually discovering brand new tricks to do. Sometimes you can jump and then do a spike on the second shot. But I haven't yet worked out how to do that. See, I can't even dive to get that. There's barely any time to change your aim. I probably have to rely on Luigi to get the shots, and Luigi just hits it straight to them, which is a real nuisance. That was out! You think you're hitting it, but you're not. Like, this is absolutely horrible. Yeah, And sometimes you get stuck on your teammate. Like, this is an absolutely horrible game to play with just the AI. Because unsurprisingly, they will always make every single shot, and I unfortunately have to be the weak link because I have to guess where the damn thing's going, and I don't know all the timing. Like, they can actually aim their shots. I don't think I can. At least not very well. It doesn't... See, there, if I take the time to aim my shots, I miss the ball. And I shouldn't be missing the ball. No, wait, hang on. I know what's happening. I'm aiming my shot, then I wind up floating out of my way because I'm pressing the control stick. That's so dumb. Yeah, this is really not a game that is designed for playing against the AI. You're going to get thrashed. And if you don't get the timing right in the jumping, you actually can't jump. Which really sucks. See, I should be hitting that. I should be aiming my shot and hitting that. But because I have to use the control stick to aim and I have to use the control stick to move, I actually move out of the way of the ball. Which is really, really dumb. I probably don't want to spend too long on this because it's really irritating, but I will show off the different balls and I'll show off the different teams as well. Like, I admit that I'm not very good. But there are so many... But this is probably one of the jankier mini-games in this, and it kind of punishes you for being the human player. At least that's my opinion on it. Like, I'm going to admit, hands down, I'm not very good at this. But I do legitimately think it's kind of janky, and it sucks that this is how we end it. And see, like, you can be standing on the ball and you still won't necessarily hit it. But on the bright side, it's somewhat easy to get points. But it's also very easy to lose the point if you're serving. All you've got to do is just keep hitting it back and forth. So really, this is kind of this is kind of stupid as well, unless Peach does that. But even that's kind of stupid. That probably would have gone out. And once again, I float through the ball. This is so punishing. The timing has to be so tight, it's not funny. It's actually kind of ridiculous. You can stop it at the net, but yeah, it's just really, really fiddly. Ugh. That was dumb. That one was definitely all me. Sort of got to have an understanding of where the ball... Oh! Damn it. All I needed to do was bat it across. Like... Excuse me, game. I've kind of got to call bullshit on that one. That one was me because I didn't know where she was hitting it. So yeah, it's actually fairly easy to lose the point if you're serving in that one. Because basically, you just wind up getting it knocked back to you. Like, that one's super awkward. This dice ball. This one I might actually have a chance in, so we're going to play for 15 because the points are worth the number on the ball. Like, I admit, as I said, I'm not very good, but I still think it's super janky because it requires very precise timing that human players generally aren't going to get a hand. Like, I can be standing right where the ball is, and I still won't hit it. I'm surprised we actually got that. That was out. And it doesn't let you dive. Oh, jeez, they got 4 off that. It doesn't let you dive. It's just so... badly done. And there we are. I just float out of the way, casual as you please, and I miss the ball, and they wind up winning. Ugh. Like, to actually aim the shot, it's so awkward. Because the AI just picks where you hit it. If you try and aim it, you will lose. It really, really sucks. And there we go. We've been absolutely thrashed each time because, terrible as I am, this minigame actually has really, really crappy mechanics. The fact that in order to aim my shot where the AI isn't, I have to literally float out of the way of missing the ball because I'm moving as I'm aiming is actually pretty terrible. It's actually kind of a disappointing end to what is, well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Let's borrow from Meatloaf. Even if he was terrible at the 2011 Grand Final, let's be honest, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Because Card Party is absolutely beautiful. Ice Hockey is maybe a little fiddly to get used to, but it's still a pretty good game. Beach Volleyball is janky as all hell, and it's kind of a sad way to end bonus mode, because, let's be honest though, Card Party makes up for it. Card Party is awesome, and I really, really wish they had more things like that in later games, except we got Amiibo Party in 10, which sucked. 10 in general just sucks, it's worth noting. But let's not let one janky mode wind up ruining the rest of it, because we get to Duel next. It's going to be the Super Duel mode. And I actually have all the parts, thanks to a bit of help from my brother. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.